Have you ever wondered how much money a small $5,000 dividend portfolio could actually pay you every single month? Not in theory, not in some future dream, but right now, in real numbers that you can see and track. Because that's exactly what I wanted to find out. So I decided to take $5,000 of my own money that was just sitting in my bank account doing nothing, and turn it into something that could start paying me. No trading, no gambling, no risky crypto bets. Just a simple, realistic dividend portfolio that could quietly make me money while I sleep. And before you say, $5,000 isn't much, that's exactly the point. Because if you can learn how to make money from a small portfolio, then scaling it becomes easy. This isn't about becoming rich overnight. It's about creating a foundation, a system that keeps growing, compounding, and paying you back every single month. So here's what happened when I built my $5,000 dividend portfolio. I'll show you how much it paid me every month, what worked, what didn't, and how much passive income you can expect if you do something similar. Stay with me till the end, because I'll also share the simple formula I'm using to turn this small experiment into a long-term income machine. When I started, I had one rule: keep it simple. I didn't want to chase the hottest stock of the week or some crazy yield that might disappear next month. I wanted a portfolio that was solid, diversified, and built on companies that actually make money. Companies that pay reliable dividends and even increase them over time. So, I divided my $5,000 into 3 parts. The first and biggest part went into dividend ETFs. This was my foundation, the steady base that keeps things balanced. I put about half, which is $2,250, into 2 of my favourite ETFs, SCHD and VYM. These 2 are like the engine and the wheels of the dividend world. SCHD focuses on high-quality US companies with strong balance sheets and reliable dividend histories. It pays around 3.5% to 4% annually and is known for consistent performance. VYM, on the other hand, focuses on high-yield companies, giving me broader exposure and more income. Together they do all the heavy lifting. They own dozens, even hundreds of top companies, meaning I don't have to constantly check or research individual stocks. That's instant diversification and less stress. These ETFs are the kind of investments you can buy, hold, and let compound for decades. The second part of my portfolio, about 35%, went into individual blue-chip dividend stocks. These are the giants. The names you already know and probably use every day: Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Realty Income. Let's talk about why I picked each. Johnson & Johnson is the definition of reliability. They've raised their dividends for more than 60 years straight. Procter & Gamble makes everyday essentials, from toothpaste to detergent. And people buy them no matter what the economy is doing. Coca-Cola and PepsiCo dominate the beverage world and keep paying increasing dividends year after year. And then there's Realty Income, the famous monthly dividend company. It literally pays shareholders every single month, just like clockwork. The final 15% of my portfolio went into what I call growth dividend stocks, companies that don't pay huge dividends now, but grow fast and raise their payouts aggressively. I chose Microsoft, Apple, and Starbucks for this section. These are companies that have massive cash flow, strong growth, and long-term potential. Their dividend yields might be small today, but their increases year after year can turn them into real income machines down the line. So here's how I allocated it all. SCHD got $1,250, VYM $1,000, Johnson & Johnson $500, Procter & Gamble $400, Coca-Cola $300, Realty Income $300, PepsiCo $300, Microsoft $300, Apple $250, and Starbucks $100. That's $4,700 total invested, with the remaining $300 left in cash for reinvestments or new opportunities. I used Fidelity and enabled DRIP, the Dividend Reinvestment Plan, meaning that every time I got paid dividends, the money automatically bought more shares. That's how you turn small income into compounding growth. Now let's talk results, month by month. In December, I didn't expect much because most of the company's payout dates had already passed by the time I invested. But Realty Income, My monthly payer came through immediately with about $1.75. It may sound small, but that first dividend was special. It was proof that the machine had started working. Then came January. That's when things picked up a bit. Procter & Gamble paid me $2.50, PepsiCo paid $2.30, and Realty Income added another $1.75. That's around $6.55 for the month. Not bad for a start. In February, Apple joined the party with a $1.50 dividend, and Realty Income continued its steady payments. That brought me to about $3.25 for the month. Small, yes, but growing. Then came March, and this was when the portfolio really came alive. SCHD, VYM, Johnson & Johnson, Microsoft and Starbucks all paid dividends that month. SCHD brought in $10.94, VYM added $7.50, Johnson & Johnson paid $3.38, Microsoft 83 cents, Starbucks 38 cents, and Realty Income, as always, paid $1.75. That added up to around $29.58 in total. The biggest month yet. March felt amazing. Watching all those dividends come in at once showed me how this strategy snowballs, and every dollar earned was reinvested to buy more shares, which means more dividends next time. That's compounding in action. April followed with another wave. Procter & Gamble, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, and Realty Income paid me again. P&G paid $2.50, PepsiCo $2.10, Coca-Cola $2.25, and Realty Income $1.75, for a total of around $8.60. Then came May, and it was Apple's turn again. Apple paid me $1.50, and Realty Income another $1.75, a total of $3.25 for the month. So over 6 months, from December through May, this $4,700 portfolio paid me around $52.71 in total dividends. That might not sound like a lot of money, but remember, this is completely passive. No selling, no trading, no timing the market. Just sitting back and letting the money work. And here's what's interesting. If you divide that $52.71 over 6 months, that's roughly $8.78 per month on average, or about 2.25% in half a year, which means an annual yield of around 4.5%. And that's before compounding, before adding any new money. Now imagine this, if instead of $5,000 you had $50,000 invested the same way, that same return would pay you about $87 every month, or over $1,000 per year. And if you scaled it to $100,000, you'd be looking at around $175 every month, without lifting a finger. That's the quiet power of dividend investing. The key here is patience, because dividends are like planting a tree. At first, it's just a small seed that doesn't seem to grow much. But month after month, as you reinvest, and as the companies increase their dividends, that tree starts to bear more and more fruit. And one day, that tree can feed you for life. Of course, not everything about dividend investing is perfect. There are a few mistakes I've learned to avoid, and I want to share them so you don't have to make them yourself. The first mistake is chasing high yields. When you see a stock paying 10% or 12%, it's tempting. It looks like easy money, but often those yields are high because the company is in trouble. And when their earnings fall, the dividend is the first thing they cut. So instead of chasing yield, focus on quality. Companies with strong balance sheets, reliable earnings, and a history of growing dividends. The second mistake is not understanding payout schedules. Many beginners expect monthly payments from all their stocks, and then get disappointed when they realize most companies pay quarterly. That's why I always mix monthly payers like Realty Income with quarterly ETFs like SCHD and VYM. That way there's always money flowing in, even when the big payouts take a break. The third mistake is lack of diversification. Some people put all their money in 1 or 2 stocks. That's dangerous. If something happens to that company, your income disappears. Diversification across sectors and ETFs keeps your portfolio steady even when one stock has a bad quarter. And finally, the biggest mistake, spending your dividends too early. It's tempting to cash out and use that money, but reinvesting is what turns small income into real wealth. Every reinvested dollar buys more shares, which means more dividends, which means faster compounding. Now, my plan going forward is simple. I'm adding $200 every month to this portfolio. I'll keep buying more SCHD and VYM, especially during market dips. I'll slowly increase my position in realty income and maybe add new dividend growers like Home Depot. I'm keeping DRIP enabled for everything, so every dollar I earn goes straight back in. At this rate, I expect my dividend income to cross $200 within the next 6 months and to keep accelerating from there, and that's the beauty of this system. It starts small but grows faster the longer you stick with it. If you want quick money, this isn't the path. But if you want consistent, reliable income that grows automatically, dividend investing is your best friend. It might not change your life in 6 months, but in 6 years it absolutely can. Think about it this way. Your $5,000 today could become $10,000, $20,000 or more. Not from luck, but from patience and reinvestment. Every small payment is a brick in your financial foundation. You're literally buying yourself freedom, one dividend at a time. So, what does a $5,000 dividend portfolio really pay you monthly? Around $8 to $10 on average at first. But what it teaches you, patience, discipline, and the power of compounding, that's worth far more than the dollars themselves. Because once you understand how this works, you realize that your money doesn't just sit there anymore. It works, it produces, it grows. And that's how financial independence begins. Not with a huge win, but with a small, steady income that quietly builds while you sleep. If you liked this video, check out the one where I reveal the best ETFs that pay you every single month. Trust me, that's where the real magic of passive income begins. Stay consistent, stay patient, and let your money do the heavy lifting. Smash that subscribe and like button, leave a comment, and see you soon. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes only, and any results depend on your own decisions and actions.